Hello everyone. This video is the introduction of INFO686 database management. This course is an online summer course designed for graduate level GIS major students. I'm the instructor and my name is Fun Cha, and you can call me Dr. Cha. About me, I studied material sciences at the Seoul National University in South Korea. When I graduated in 1998, IT, information technology, was very popular and many students wanted to work for a company related with IT. After I graduated, I started my first job at Samsung as an IT consultant, and I've been working there for 4 years. The life in Samsung was very dynamic and it was exciting and interesting, but I found that there are some missing parts. That is the area that I'm really interested in. I wanted to study a little bit more. So I came to University of Arizona in 2001. I spent 2 years in business school, and I studied the area called MIS, Management Information Systems. After I got my master's degree, I spent 4 more years to get PhD in the same area. After then, I started my job as a faculty, and I came to Salisbury, and I spent almost 18 years here in Salisbury to teach students. During the semester, the best way you can contact me is using email. Since it's an online course, office hours will be held in virtual format as well. My email address is hscha@salisbury.edu. To use Zoom for virtual meeting, so I'm asking you to send me an email to request a virtual Zoom meeting at least 24 hours in advance. So when you send an email, it would be really nice if you send at least 3 preferred time slots as well. Let's talk about course materials a little bit. So as you may already know, there is no textbook, but I'm going to post all my class notes in the course website, myclasses.salisbury.edu. Since there is no textbook, if you do not organize those online materials, it will be pretty messy at the end. So I strongly recommend to prepare a 3-ring binder and print out all my materials, class notes posted in the course website. To complete this course successfully, you will use my class notes, but at the same time, you are going to watch video clips that I'm going to upload as well. So while you're watching the videos, you will follow the class notes and you will answer some questions with blanks as well. So at the end of the semester, you will have your own class notes, and it's gonna be pretty useful resources in the future. Since this is database management course, definitely we are going to use computers and softwares. First of all, to learn how to manage the database, definitely we need to access and use database server. Server means a centralized machine, and you guys are clients, and you can access this server using the internet remotely. So regarding to this database server, we are going to use a software called MySQL, and it's going to be installed in one machine that will be located in campus, Salisbury University campus. In other words, as a client, you don't need to install any server. But as a client, you can still access the server using your own laptop or desktop using web browsers like Chrome or Safari. I need to install several softwares. As I mentioned, for the database server, I installed a software called MySQL. But to install a software, we need to install operating systems. In this server that we are going to share, we are using not Windows, but we use a operating system called Linux. So on top of this Linux operating system, as I shown here, we installed MySQL, but there are two more software we are going to use. The first one is called web server. Under the category of web server, there are many different software, but particularly we will use a software called Apache. Here outside the clients, to use the server, they will request some tasks to the server. For example, as a client, you may ask the database server, I want to see a certain customer's phone number, something like that. On the server side, there should be a listener. Listener is 24-hour awake and carefully monitor whether there is any outside client request. Web server is working for that purpose. So the Apache that we installed in this server machine will work as a web server, and using this Apache, clients' machines can remotely access the server and they can complete many different types of tasks. Lastly, there is one more software installed in this server machine, and it's called the PHP engine. After you learned all about the database, you are going to develop a small program or application. Although the course is not about programming, it's not about system development, the main motivation of learning the database is we want to integrate this database with certain applications. So after you develop and implement or manage your database, ultimately you need to know how this data is used with certain applications. We are not going to make a big application like an ERP solution or something like that, but we are going to make a small prototype application, and we will integrate this application with the database. Since it's not programming language course, I cannot spend too much time for programming. So we are going to use a bit relatively easy script-based language called PHP. So using PHP, we are going to make a small application, and we will learn how to integrate application with a database server. And to run this PHP-based application or software, we need to install PHP engine. On top of this engine, the program you made can run. The name of the server we installed here is called Valhalla, Valhalla. So to access the server in your browser, you will go to use this unique URL address. And since we are going to use a secure connection, the connection type is HTTPS. This is the URL address to access the server. And in this server, since we installed these four major software, Linux operating system, L, Apache web server A, MySQL database server M, PHP engine P. So taking those first letter of each software, we call this server as LAMP server. In this course, not only just using the database server application, you need to design the database and communicate with the end users. From this perspective, we need to depict or graphically represent the database design, and we are going to use the drawing tool shown here. Some specialized drawing tool called Lucidchart will be used. We are going to use only free version of this software, and I guess it would be sufficient to successfully complete this course. Lucidchart.com is browser-based software, as you can see on the right side. So if you type in your address and if you log in with your user ID, you can draw the diagram in the browser and you can save it on the cloud or server as well. In other means, you can jump around the different computers and the different browsers, but still all diagrams you have worked will be saved. So it would be really convenient. So as a sum, in terms of software, we are going to use a drawing tool and we are going to use a database server. But both softwares, from students' perspective, you don't have to install anything, but you can easily access everything from your browsers. So only internet needs to be available, and as far as you have a browser, you can easily use these two softwares. Now, let's talk about grading policy. So, the grading policy of this course is pretty clear. So, we have three items. First one is exam, second one assignment, third lab exercises. So, regarding to exams, we don't have a midterm exam or final exam, but three equivalent exams. Each exam is 20%. Assignment, I'm going to give out 6 assignments, and each assignment, the weight is 5%. So total 30% will be given for the assignments. And later I will show you, but the contents of this course will be organized based on module and the topics. There will be 4 big modules, and under each module, several topics will be covered. One topic is covered in one class. So in one class, after you complete one topic, usually one checkup exercise will be given. So there would be several exercises for majority of each topic. And the total percentage of those small exercises will be summed up to 10%. So exam total 6%, assignment total 30%, and the exercises 10%. It will make up as a 100% total percentage of your final grade. Course overview. Okay, so as I told you, this course is organized based on modules and the topics. So here you can see 4 big modules. But first module is the fundamentals of database management. Second one, conceptual modeling. Third, logical design and implementation. Fourth, database and the internet. Although there are 4 modules, basically, the first module is just the overview. My teaching approach is first you have to understand at least the big pictures of all the contents that you will learn throughout the semester. So in module 1, I briefly introduce all the following modules. So what would be conceptual modeling briefly, and how logical design can be converted from conceptual modeling, and ultimately how you can develop an internet application that can use the database you actually learned from previous module 23. Look at our course website here. So if you click home, you can find the course syllabus. So I explained almost all in the previous slides, but let me just look at some that I missed. So here, the first one, class time and place. I forgot to mention that the course is online, but there are 2 different modes, synchronous and asynchronous lectures. So majority of your course contents, you can watch the videos and you can complete it asynchronously. So there is no fixed time. But there is a due date, so as far as you do not pass the due date, you can submit your assignment or quizzes flexibly. However, note that there are 3 synchronous classes. So synchronous means you have to attend the class on given date and given time. When we have 3 exams. Since we have 3 exams, all those 3 exam days, you should attend the classroom online using lockdown browser, and also you have to use webcam to take the exam. The exam time is also fixed from 8 to 9:15 p.m. Eastern time, considering your work schedule. So you cannot change this schedule, and you must take those 3 exams on this given date and given time, so please mark your calendars. About office hour, I already told you you should send me an email, but if you do not know about the Zoom link, here is the link, my personal meeting room link. So use this link after we set up the schedule. Let me see. One more thing. One more thing is here class schedule. If you look at this class schedule by date, as I told you, we have 4 modules. And each module, there are several topics. Module 1 is introductory module, so we have only 2 topics, but other following modules, we have several topics. And on the right side, you may see there are some tasks. Since we have many exercises for each topic, I did not show exercises here, but I'm showing you assignment. We have 6 assignments, right? So assignment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the due dates are given here. So make sure each topic after you complete it, you have to complete the exercise as well. So to show you this, let's go to modules. So I did not open all the modules, but you can see in module 1, we have a note. For example, topic 1, if you click it, this one is a class note that I mentioned. But there are several blanks. How to fill in those blanks to make your complete note. You may want to print it out and compile it in 3-ring binder, and you have to use this note while you are watching the video. So where you can find the videos? Under these modules, in topic 1, there are 3 videos. So you may want to watch these videos with the class notes given here. After you complete one topic, like topic 1, what you need to do, same date, there is exercise you need to complete. After this date, actually you cannot open this exercise anymore. So it is very important to keep the due date. Let's click exercise M1T1, then actually here, something that you need to do, some details are given. In this exercise, actually you are asked to create table and insert some data. So this is kind of a typical exercise you need to complete for each topic. So after then, there's a topic 2, another exercise, and in module 2, we have exercise for each topic as well. So again, each topic, you print out the note, and following those video lectures, after you complete this exercise, therefore you can complete 1 day class. And also note that there are some assignments. In module 2 and module 1, total we have 2 assignments. Each assignment there is a due date, so make sure complete those assignments as well. Exam is not shown here yet, but exam with the study guide will be given, so you can study in advance. Because in course schedule, you can see that here. Let me go back to syllabus. Note that for each exam, we have 3 exams, but one exam 1 is here. Before exam 1, there is 1 day allocated for exam 1 study guide. I will try to post some sample questions and the study guide materials as well, and you may want to use this 1 full day to study the topics covered previously. And if there is something important notifications or announcements, I will use the announcement here. So there is no announcement yet, but if I post a new announcement, it will be posted here, but at the same time, email will be sent to you. So frequently check school emails not to miss any important information about this course. Okay, so we just overviewed the course website. As a kind of a concluding remark, I want to show you the database server from the browser. So by showing this, you may understand how to access the database server from your machine. So first of all, open your browser like a Chrome, and then you will need to type URL address. So here I made a memo. You may remember the unique name that we are going to use. That's Valhalla, and it's a part of Salisbury University Network. So this is the server name, and we are going to use HTTPS protocol. So you need to type this. So carefully type this in your browser. So I will copy and paste, but you can just type it. Also note that from now on, consider everything is case sensitive. User ID, table name, column name, everything is case sensitive. So let's type everything in lowercase in this case. So if you type it and if you hit enter, you may open this web page. Many students sometimes complain when they find this web page, oh, the server is not running, they cannot access the database. Actually, this page you open is kind of a good sign that server is running healthy. Because this web page is the default Apache web page, if it's opened, this means the server is running well and it sends you back this Apache to default web page since you request this. Do you remember what is Apache? Apache is web server and it keeps listening the outside request. So when you type the URL address and hit enter, you are requesting something to the server, and because there is no specific request, the server just sends back this page. So this is the sign of a server is running well, but we want to use a database server. So in this case, you cannot just type server address, but you have to use a program called phpMyAdmin. Remember, the database server is MySQL. But to use MySQL, if you use just the command line Windows, you need to type a lot of things, and it's a little bit, messy for beginners to access the database. So in this course, what we are going to do is we will use a program called phpMyAdmin. This is not database server. Make sure you know that. This is just a kind of user interface, web-based user interface we can borrow to better manage a database server. So phpMyAdmin is already installed. Just type after your server URL with /phpMyAdmin, then you can open fancy web-based user interface to access the database server. So let's do that. So I'm going to just add /phpMyAdmin with no space or lowercase. Okay, now username and password. I already created your user accounts, and the user ID is simple, your last name. But the first letter is uppercase. Since CHA is my last name, for example, I use C as uppercase and HA followed with lowercase. This is your user ID. And the password is, again, case sensitive. Carefully type it. Machine does not, lie. If you cannot log in, there must be some typos. So carefully type INFO686 at, like email at, and followed by 7-digit student's ID. Here I typed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but you need to type your student's ID instead of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let me carefully type it. So here I will type C, uppercase HA, and the INFO686, the sign at, and the student's ID. I typed it and I will click go. So I can successfully log in to database. And here is my own database. And here several tabs are available. And I already made some tables for testing, but you may not have any table yet, but you can run some SQL. So if you start your first topic, you may see how we can use this database management systems. and particularly instead of directly accessing MySQL database, we are using here phpMyAdmin as a web-based user interface. Just one more thing you need to prepare before you start this course. I told you we are going to use a drawing tool, Lucidchart. So if you type just lucidchart.com, you may find this welcome page. And some of you guys may already have your login ID, but if you're not, just sign up free. And if you log in my case, I will just use my Google account, and I have used it before, so I can just access it. So if I access it, there are several diagrams that I already made. So if you do not have a user account, please make user account, and again we can just use a free version, although it's limited to 3 documents. But in one document, for example, here in one document, let me say blank diagram as an example, you can make several pages. Can you see here at the bottom? So although you can create only 3 documents with a free version, but you can make many pages in one document. So it may be sufficient to use a free version of Lucidchart for diagramming. So later in module 4, we are going to use another tool like FileZilla, as I show you here. But you don't have to worry too much at this moment. Just focus on database system and the Lucidchart at this moment. I'm very excited about teaching you guys this summer, and I hope you guys also enjoy this course and gain a lot of new knowledge by successfully completing this course. Thank you very much.